Welcome back to the CryptoWorld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, both Bitcoin and Ethereum are still running into these short-term resistance levels. And while this is happening over the last one day, we've just confirmed another short-term bearish signal, which I'll talk more about in just a moment, so definitely stick around. First of all, just giving you a quick update on the daily Bitcoin chart, and right now, technically speaking, this bullish divergence is still playing out with the RSI holding above this upwards trending line of support. And while this is happening, of course, we're still seeing some bullish momentum show up in the daily Bitcoin MACD, which simply means we're still in that pause phase within the larger bearish trend. And so once again, like I've been saying almost every day over the last 1 to 2 weeks, the most likely scenario moving forward, potentially over the next few days, is continued choppy sideways price action, if not a slight bullish relief, basically reduced bearish momentum. But it is important to mention that, of course, this is on the daily time frame, which means when I'm talking about reduced bearish momentum, I'm talking about those sort of moves being less likely to happen, but we can still obviously see some short-term bearish price action like these small red daily candles right here. But anyway, zooming out to the weekly Bitcoin chart, and technically speaking, this massive bullish divergence is still playing out right now. And if you want to know more information about this pattern right here, then check out my last video on the channel, because that hasn't really changed since yesterday. And now zooming into the shorter term, this right here is the 4-hour Bitcoin to US dollar chart. And right now, as of recording this video, the price of Bitcoin is still running into this range of resistance, coming into play in between around 16.9k going up towards around 17.1k. And so basically, in order for the price of Bitcoin to flip more bullish again and potentially play out another leg to the upside, kind of like this move right here, we would essentially need to see a confirmed break above around 17.1k and ideally flip that into new support again. And if we see a breakout like that, then the next level I'll be watching is sitting at around 17.5k based on these previous candle closes. And as for short-term support levels, right now we do have a short-term support level at around 16.8 to 16.9k approximately, as I mentioned in my last video. But if the price of Bitcoin confirms a break back below around 16.8k, then in that case, I would expect a drop down towards around 16.4 to 16.5k based on this previous level of resistance, which should now be acting as new support again. And now, if you're looking at the 4-hour Bitcoin price oscillators, right now the 4-hour Bitcoin RSI is still trending to the downside, coming off those overbought levels. And so once again, like I've been saying for the last 2 days, this means that we're in a short-term cool-off due to see either some choppy sideways price action or a slight pullback in the price of Bitcoin. And now, technically speaking, because the 4-hour Bitcoin RSI is out of those overbought territories and closer towards the neutral level, which is 50, this technically means that we now have some more room to the upside. Although if you're looking at the 4-hour Bitcoin MACD, what we've seen over the last one day is a confirmed bearish cross in this indicator. And what this tells us is that we're seeing a return in some short-term bearish momentum as of right now. But if you look at the histogram within this indicator, as of right now, we are not seeing a lot of bearish momentum in the short term, which is somewhat similar to what we saw back here towards the end of November. And if you're looking at what happened to the Bitcoin price during that time period right there, we actually saw mostly choppy sideways price action in the short term. So over the next 1 day or so, I do expect a little bit more choppy sideways price action in the imminent short term. But anyway, getting into the Ethereum part of this video, this right here is the daily ETH to US dollar chart. And obviously, we have already confirmed now 2 daily candle closes above this golden pocket. And so once again, as I said in my last video, this golden pocket is the range of support to pay attention to now on the daily time frame, which is coming into play in between around 1180 going up towards around 1210. And as of right now, if you're looking at the daily Ethereum price oscillators, technically these are still looking more bullish than bearish, at least in the somewhat shorter term relative to the daily time frame, because technically on the daily time frame here, we're still in a larger downtrend. But right now, based on the RSI on the daily time frame being in a bullish bearish trend, and of course the MACD showing bullish momentum on the daily time frame, these are signals pointing towards a pause from the bearish trend, which is kind of similar to what we saw back here once again. But considering not much has changed on this chart since my last video, heading straight into the short term, this right here is the 4-hour time frame, and right now as of recording this video, the price of ETH is still running into this range of resistance, which once again is coming into play in between around 1280 going up towards around 1320. And so in order for the price of ETH to continue another leg to the upside, kind of like what we saw just here, we would obviously need to see a confirmed break above 1320 in order for that to play out. And as for short-term support levels, we still have this short-term support at around 1260 approximately, but if the price of ETH confirms a break below around 1260, then I would expect the next support to come into play at around 1220 to 1230 approximately, based on this previous level of resistance, which should now be acting as new support. And while the price of ETH is running into this range of resistance, we are still seeing a cool off in the 4-hour Ethereum RSI, but what we have also now seen over the last one day is a confirmed bearish cross in the 4-hour Ethereum MACD. But like I said for Bitcoin earlier in the video, right now if you're looking at the histogram within the MACD indicator, we are not currently seeing a lot of bearish momentum despite the bearish cross. In fact, at least as of right now, we're seeing less bearish momentum compared to this previous short-term bearish cross in this same indicator that we saw towards the end of November. And if you're looking at the last bearish cross that we saw in this indicator with somewhat similar bearish momentum compared to what we're seeing right now based on this indicator, that was all the way back here during around the middle of November. And of course, if you're looking at the price of ETH during that time period, we were seeing a lot of choppy sideways price action. So over the next one day or so, just in the imminent short term, that is simply the most likely scenario moving forward. Simply some more choppy sideways price action running into this range of resistance, but also bouncing from these support levels. And now if the price of ETH eventually breaks above this range of resistance, so if we see a confirmed break above 1320, then in that case, I would expect the ETH price to continue up towards this technical price target, which is sitting at around 1380 based on this active cup and handle pattern, which is technically still playing out as of recording this video. It's just we've ran into some short-term resistance, and obviously we're seeing a cool off because a few days ago we saw the RSI enter into overbought territories, telling us that we're due to see a cool off from this bullish move. And now if you want to know how to maximize your profits in crypto, no matter if the price is going up, down, or simply chopping around sideways, then make sure to check out these videos popping up right here on your screen, because the video in the top left of your screen shows you how to make money in crypto if the price is going either up or down, and the video in the bottom left of your screen shows you how to make money in crypto if the price is chopping around sideways. But anyway, that's everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.